Yeah, you're welcome to this channel. Today I'm going to be looking at how to start an upholstery cleaning business. Some people call it sofa cleaning business. So the reason why I want to share this is because I've had few persons come to my DM asking me how to start a cleaning business, specifically upholstery cleaning business. And I felt instead of answering them one by one, I should just do a video that covers the most important aspects of how to get started where you are, especially when you're starting with little capital. That's exactly how I started also. My name is Coach Temi. I believe that people should not struggle or ideas should not struggle simply because they lack structure, they lack clarity, or perhaps right expression. So I help simplify complex ideas so that it will be easy to give it expression. And interestingly, I'm a media and brand strategist, and I also run a cleaning business in Ibadan. I major mostly on upholstery cleaning business. But how did I start? I started, I started, okay, so I run a laundry business. That was what we started with. But I had an admin then that was asking me why we're not running a cleaning business. I felt it was a very demanding business. In fact, I don't want to go into cleaning because when you think of you have to go for inspection, you have to go and clean, and some cleaning. You see, there is no, for example, for washing clothes, there's a defined way to wash clothes. Once you record, you wash your washing machine, you check for stains, you clean the stains, you rinse, you starch, you spread, you bring them inside, you iron, you package, and you deliver. It's very straightforward. But for cleaning, you can get to a site and you after inspection you felt in less than 5 hours will be done, but that same work would take you 2 days. So that was my fear for going into cleaning business. But when she said she has always had this idea of cleaning, and she has a friend that does cleaning, and she would love to connect us together and see how we can. She was just bent on we starting cleaning just as a source of another revenue. And I should pause to say that if you have a staff that is actively looking out for how the company or your business can make money, that staff is a golden one. I mean, that was because I never felt I could start cleaning until she brought it up. And I didn't want to sound like, though I let her know that this is not my strength. I don't want to, even laundry on its own is a lot for me. But she said we can do it, that I should trust her. Then I said, okay, no problem. I will trust you. Let's start. So I took it upon myself to start learning about cleaning business and all that. So that's how we started. That's how we started. And in less than so that day I gave her money to go to the market. I think I spent close to like 40,000. We got mop and stick, we got buckets, we got brushes because I had to research. I knew the most important equipment we needed for the business. So I sent her to the market. She also got a is it material she sews. So I gave her the contract to sew uniform for us. So she did, and we had the uniform. Then we got the major equipment, just something handy, not the machines right now. So that's how we got started with cleaning business. And I think we started doing designs, I'm a media person, we started pushing it out on social media. Then one of my clients, my laundry client, reached out to me and said, can you do a cleaning for me? I'm moving to my new apartment. I said, okay, let's do it. Then I had not taken, I think I started a training because I had to talk to. So when I got the job, I didn't even know how to price. So I spoke to a friend that I know that is into cleaning. He gave me some ideas and all that. I even told him that I wanted to do training with him if he's available and all that. But he said, okay, they're just going to give me ideas for what I want to do ASAP. So he gave me ideas and gave me pricing ideas. So I spoke with the client. Immediately I told him the price, he just hung up the phone. I said, it was so funny. So I called him back and asked him, okay, that how much does he have? What can we do for him? Since he has patronized us before. So he told me. So I compromised and we later agreed on something and we went on the site, took my admin along. She supervised the cleaning. It went well. That's our first cleaning job. And that's cleaning, not upholstery cleaning. So the next day, another client from laundry reached out to me and said he wants to clean that we do upholstery cleaning. That was the first time I was even hearing upholstery cleaning because I was naive. I didn't know. So I started researching what's upholstery cleaning. And I said, okay, so is okay, cleaning of chairs. I said, yes, we do it. He said, okay, that can we do it today? I said, today? So I shall agreed that we should do it the next day. So I reached out to that my friend, asking him what do we need for upholstery cleaning. He said, okay, that we need a vacuum cleaner. After washing, we need to vacuum the water out. And I'm still going to go in depth, but I just want to give us an idea how I started upholstery cleaning. So I said, okay, how do I get the vacuum cleaner? Give me a contact, and that is why you need to have people, no matter the business you have, you need to have people you can always reach out to for help. And you might not need to pay them every time, but when someone when someone refer a client to me, as much as possible, after doing the job, I give them something, no matter how small. So that's my own appreciation. That thank you for helping me. Thank you for putting me through. So every time people reach out to me or people refer people to me, I try to reach out to them. Oh, thank you for referring. Take this, especially when it's not a regular job, when it's a contract job, I do that a lot. So it was very open. He gave me the contact. I said, reach out to this person. I said, how much do we? So when I got to the person said they rent out vacuum cleaner for 15,000. Aside the vacuum cleaner, so the vacuum cleaner is what you use to drain out the water from the chair so that it can get dry on time. And that's the major thing about upholstery cleaning. So we rented it for 15,000. Then he said there's another pack of brush that you can use to wash without using hand to wash the chair. And that one goes for I think 10,000 or 7,000. I didn't have the fund for that because what I charged was very small. So we took the vacuum cleaner, we went there, we did the job. I went with one of my staff. We went there, we did the job. We spent about 3 hours. So we cleaned a three-seater chair and a rug, um, a center rug. We spent about 3 hours. The rug was not a big deal because the color was a brown color, so we just scrubbed it. But the chair was a cream color, and you can see patches of stains, changing of colors and all that. So we before we got there, I checked on YouTube. I downloaded videos. I started watching. Started okay, what do we need? So I got off some few things we needed. But after washing, and this is the thing for me, after watching the video and after washing the chair, we realized that though the water that was coming out from the chair changed color, it was very dark color, shows that okay, the dirt has been removed, but the color of the chair didn't really change. So I was scared that okay, how do we explain that we have washed this chair? So the smartest thing for me to do was to do the video of the process and the water that was coming out. I documented it. So when we went to clean, the secretary of the place was also there. I showed her, okay, this is what we have done, just to make sure that I've cleared myself. And I said, just so we vacuum out the water. And she was asking me, when will it get dry? I told her, in 12 hours, 24 hours to be dried. I said, no problem. Just face the fan on it and all that. So we did it. The next day, I had to reach out to her. I said, Alpha, tell me what happened. She said that it's fine, that she'll give me update when it's dry. I said okay. I was just very scared. Then after all, I told her to send me pictures of the chair so that I can see that the color has changed. And lo and behold, the color has changed, was brighter and all that. So I was just thanking God that I didn't mess up. And after that time, the man washes the chair every single year. Every single year washes the chair, which means that we did a very good job. So back to our discussion for today. I don't want this to be too long, but I'm going to be touching as I have some key points here that will guide me. So I've told you the story of how I started my first job for upholstery cleaning. I think we charged 45K. 45K was reasonable for three-seater chair and a center rug. It was reasonable. So we borrowed vacuum cleaner for 15,000. So the money remains 30,000. I took a staff along and I had to pay him. I paid him 5K. So the money remains 25,000. We took transport. So and this transport is not fixed because the farther the distance, the more you spend on transport. So let's say we spend 10,000 on transport, so the money remains 15,000. So my own payment is like 15K. Even though we spent money on equipment like the mop and other stuff that we could not account for. So you can see the dicey part of upholstery cleaning. So there are some questions people ask me, and one of the most frequently asked question is what are the equipment you need to start? I would advise, except you have all the money to buy equipment and you can spend millions on equipment. I would say that you should start with the most important and the basic equipment, like your brushes, your one equipment that you cannot compromise is your vacuum cleaner. You cannot compromise it. I bought mine about I think about 200K. And there are vacuum cleaner that run to up to 500, 800, 1 million, depending on the size you want to buy. But I think you can buy a decent one of how many liters now? I think 20 or 25 liters vacuum cleaner, wet and dry vacuum cleaner. And get that for around, I don't know how much it is right now, but I bought mine for I think 200K. You cannot compromise on vacuum cleaner because you need it to drain out the water from the chair. If you do not drain out the water from the chair would eventually start smelling. But if you drain it out and if you can put it under the sun after washing, then perfect. So your vacuum cleaner, your brushes, all those brushes that have holder that you can hold and use to brush, you can start with that. So you can get like maybe 2 or 3 of those. Then you also need, so we use liquid soap to wash. We don't use detergent to wash. Why? Because when you wash, it's harder to rinse the water out if you use detergent. You have to pour a lot of water. But with liquid soap, you can, it's not hard to rinse the water out. I mean, the soap out of the chair. So we use liquid soap. Have your liquid soap. Also, we use baking soda. We use baking soda. Baking soda helps to remove the smell. We also use white vinegar. Also mix it with water. So it's as simple. So before you start washing, you mix white vinegar inside water and you mix baking soda inside water. Not this baking soda they used to bake cake. Oh. There's one they used for washing. So you mix both of them inside water. You wet the chair. Use to mop the chair. Leave it for a while. Then you now mix your liquid soap inside water and wet the chair again and start scrubbing. Another option for the hand brush is this machine. It looks like a drilling machine that has brush mouth. I can attach the picture to this video. That has it has brush mouth that you can just hold like a gun and just start using to wash like this, just like you can see like this, use it to wash like this. That makes it very fast and also reduce the amount of energy you expend on washing. After you've washed every aspect, it's not hard. It's after you've washed, then you now rinse. After you've rinsed, don't pour too much water, just enough water to get the soap out, or enough water to mix with the soap so that you can vacuum it out. So after rinsing, you now start vacuuming. Make sure you vacuum well. This is the most important part. You vacuum everything you can vacuum, the dirt, the water. Make sure you vacuum well. And if you feel you need to vacuum again, do the vacuuming again. Because most clients want their chair to get dry within 12 hours or even if possible within 6 hours so that they can start using it back. So that is for that. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This was how the chair was looking when we got there. See how dirty it was. Then after wetting, going through the process, we started using this is the drilling machine I was talking about that has brush. So you use it to wash it. It's very, very effective for washing. And after washing, you rinse, then you start vacuuming the water out. All those edges, you make sure you vacuum them very, very well. This vacuuming is one of the most important aspects. You remember what I said? So after vacuuming, this is the water in the vacuum cleaner. You video the water out so that you can show proof that you washed it very well. See how the chairs were glowing. So this is exactly what you need to do from start to finish while videoing your content. So what people don't need to begin with are the expensive vacuum cleaner. You don't need it. You just need something basic to draw out water from the chair. So you don't need to go for something as expensive as 500K. You can do with something just enough to drain the water out. So the mistake people make with buying machine, like I've mentioned, to go for expensive machine, or you think you have to, no, what I've mentioned. If you can start with what I've mentioned, you are good to go. And I'm also going to be telling us how to price for different kinds of types of chair. So how much did I use to start? Rough idea how much I used to start. I bought vacuum. I'm not sure of the amount I bought the vacuum cleaner, but it's around between 150K to 200K. But I know right now maybe it should be around 250. We can actually still get some for 200K. So 200K for vacuum cleaner. Then I bought the drilling brush washer. I bought that for with the brush. I think I bought it for 35 or 40,000. So let's say right now, let's say 50,000. So 200 to 50,000, that's 250K. Then what else? The hand brushes. I think that one goes for maybe 250. You can buy three. Then that's like 750. Then liquid soap based on the need. Baking soda, all those small baking soda, I think it's 250 or 300. Then what else? White vinegar. White vinegar should not be more than 1 liter, should not be more than 1.5. I can use it multiple times. So everything you are spending is around around 280 or 250. So with 250,000, you can start a cleaning business. You can start. If that's all you have, you can start. Um, so how do I manage cash flow? See, cleaning business is not like laundry business, because laundry business, people wear their clothes, and in a week, some clients they bring their clothes every week, some every 2 2 weeks, some every month, some every 2 2 months. So depending on how they wear their clothes. But I don't think anybody washes chair more than twice in a year. I don't think so. I don't think so. What I've even experienced is that most people we have washed their chair, we've done upholstery cleaning for. That was the first time we were doing upholstery cleaning. And that was because we were running hard. So when they saw the hard, they were curious, like, okay, do they wash chair? Some of them come to my DM and ask, how do you do this thing? And we explained to them. So there was one we did last month. She said she was about to tear the cloth of the chair so that she can put another cloth on it when she saw our hand, and she was like, okay, so we can wash this instead of tearing and putting another chair on it. And then we charged her 50K. We did it. So she would have spent close to maybe 120 or 150 to change the cloth of all the chairs, but she spent 50K and it came out very, very well. This is the picture of the chair we washed. So it came out very, very well. So that is how do I manage cash flow? Like I said, it's different from laundry service. We run ads to get clients. I must not lie. It's easier for me because I'm a media person. I run a digital marketing company. So my team for my other business, which is X Magic Up, they help run ads for this X Magic cleaning service. So it's easier for me. If you don't have that skill, it's something you can learn, which I can teach. We have cohort for training digital marketing students. You can reach out to us for more details. But you can outsource it to us also. You just pay for ad management and you pay for running the ads for you. Sometimes I spend 10K, sometimes I spend 20K, but I've never made loss, because when you spend 10K, you can when you spend 10K or might not get any clients, you can spend up to 15K. By the time you spend 20K, you could get two clients. And those two clients the profit will be more than what you have spent already. And sometimes you just spend 10K and just get a client, and that client is a big client. And also, some of them now keep you every year. They reach out to you to watch their chair, and some of them even give you other businesses. Some they came for chair, you end up washing their rug. Some of them you end up cleaning their house also. It's easier to manage clients that patronize you before, because they know what to expect, and they can always relate with you when they don't get what they really expected. So that's how I manage cash flow. I run ads to get jobs, basically, and then some people that we have worked with refer other people to us, or some that will wash the chair in their office, they now bring us to wash the chairs in their house also. Every service. So what are the pricing mistake I made? So the pricing mistake I made was I wasn't calculating for my equipment. So when I used to borrow vacuum cleaner for 15,000, now with the other brushes, that's like, let's say I paid 5K for that per day. That's 20K. That means I cannot do a job that is less than 40,000. Why? Because sometimes the distance from our office to the location is, maybe you take boat, and most time we take boat. You take boat for 5K to location, 5K back, that's 10K. Plus the 20K for equipment, that's 30K. If I took two staff to the location, let's say I pay them 5K, that's 10K, that's already 40K. No profit for me. So is the mistake is I don't I before I got my own machine, I don't take job less than 60,000, and so that I can have profit. But when I got my machine and I started compromising, so I don't now consider the fact that I could have been renting this equipment. So I started taking job of 40, 50K. Of course, it's not as if it's bad. I just need to make sure that I'm not running loss. What if this equipment goes bad? What if it's spoiled? I need to replace it. So I needed to figure that out. Then also, I would have wanted to talk about cleaning business now, not upholstery, house cleaning, office cleaning, but because this is strictly for upholstery cleaning, I'll just stick to upholstery cleaning. So what you can do to avoid issues is to, if you have multiple jobs, get your equipment ASAP. The option of renting is not a good idea, because when you rent 20K, when you rent for maybe 10 times, That's already 200k. You could have even borrowed money to to buy the equipment, and you use the equipment. I've been using mine for how many years now? I use it for years, do 100 jobs, do 50 jobs, and you still have equipment. So I would advise that you get your own equipment as soon as possible. That's that. But if you don't have, that does not mean that you should start turning down job. If you get a good job, rent equipment, do it. Save part of the money so that you can start saving for your own equipment. So that's that. So how do I price? This is the idea I use for pricing. Three-seater couch, I charge 25k. Two-seater couch, I charge 20k. One-seater, I charge 15k. That's 25 plus 15. That's 40 plus 20. That's 60. So ideally, I should not do less than 60k for a full set. Now, for some full sets, now have two one-seater chair, which is supposed to be 60 plus 15k, which is 75,000. But this is the same location. If they can still pay 60k, I can still do it. Now you now have to break it down. Transport, let's say 10k, sometimes 15k for transport. Staff, you pay your staff 5k, that's 25k. Um, Equipment you need to use, let's say you spend 5k, baking soda, white vinegar, your liquid soap, your detergent, if you need to clean up the floor, and so let's say 5k, that's how much? As 30k. So you have 30k left. You need to pay yourself, and you need to save for your equipment in case anything happens. So then another thing I need to say is that when going for cleaning service, always carry your socket box along. Your socket box that has multiple extension, both round hole and square hole, so that you can easily, it's just very important with long wire, because sometimes you might have to bring out the chairs, take them outside to wash outside. So you need to have a long wire that will connect to their own socket inside for easy usage. So that's what I would say. Then what's this is hard part nobody tells you about, and I'm going to be sharing them with you. And it's about bad clients, client that priced you very, very low. It's painful. How will you tell them to come and wash your chair for 25k, and it costs 7,000 to get your location, or let's even say 5,000. To and fro, that's 10,000. I'm going to come with vacuum cleaner. I'm going to buy equipment. Let's even say I'm not calculating, because vacuum cleaner alone and the brush is 20k to rent per day. Let's say I'm not calculating that. 15k goes to transport, 5k goes to, or 10k goes to client. That's 25k. That's gone already. No profit, nothing. So it doesn't work that way. And some clients think so. Some clients say things like, "It's not just washing. It's not just washing. No, it's not, if it's just washing, why not wash it yourself?" So you face different clients, and you just need to know how to handle them. That's also speaks to pricing pressure. Some people price very low and they expect you to bend to their price. Have a benchmark. This is the amount. I can't do less than this amount. This is all I can do. Then so when you have a client, you know that this is the best I can do. When you get that your best, just tell them thank you. Someone called me yesterday, said they want to clean their apartment, and they just moved in from maybe UK or US, and they needed to clean their apartment. I said, okay, no problem. How many bedroom? He said 3-bedroom bungalow. I said, okay, no problem. I'm going to clean it for 300k. He said, what? That is that? Am I buying? What am I buying? This and that. I said, this cleaning. The first thing is that you needed us to come ASAP, and we are ready to move the team. It will cost us a lot. I said, should I come and inspect? He said, no, that should just come with my team and come and clean. It's not just cleaning, just mopping stick and all that. I said, no, it's not just cleaning. It's not just cleaning. So we bargain. I bent my price, to accommodate. Okay, can you pay 200k? You still do it? They said, no, I was there. That she cleaned 4-bedroom duplex for 80,000. I said, me, I cannot do that. Oh. I cannot do that, because when I break it down, 80,000 does not even, there's nothing to show for it. That's for me. I don't know about any other person, because if I take 3 people to the site, I need to pay them, take care of their feeding, take care of their transport, so calculate how much is left. Then our equipment, might need to carry some, might need to even rent some equipment to be able to do the job and all that. So I could not. So I just said no problem. I'm not interested. I'm not ready to go through that pain, because I want to satisfy you. If you So that's that for that. So, and sometimes we did a cleaning job, I think 2 or 3 months ago, and one of my staff broke a bedroom cubicle, and it cost 70,000. We had to refund the money, even though it was not all refunded. The client was kind to us, but we had to refund the money. And when we remove the amount we refunded from the money, there was no profit at all. So look at that. If we had charged very low, that means we would have been running short, because we had to refund damage or repair something on site. So that's those are some other things you need to consider before you take up jobs. And even for sofa cleaning, since you are going to the person's house, anything can happen. Something could fall off the furniture, something could happen. So you need to consider damages. It's not something you pray for, but it could happen. But what if it happens? You need to know how to manage it. So these are not, probably you might not be thinking of these things, but they happen. So you need to be conscious of those days. So what other questions do people ask? Is upholstery cleaning profitable in Nigeria? Yes, it is. It is because for me, compared to cleaning service, it is profitable because within 2 hours or at most 3 hours, we are done. And I've gotten upholstery cleaning for 100K before. And sometimes you don't need to go. Once your guys know what to do, two people can go to the site, they do what they need to clean up everything. And client can inspect and see that we have done a good job. Like it's not, they don't need to go, for clean, you check all those minor windows, check all those stains, little stains like that. But here is you are looking at your chair, you can perceive it's smelling good, you can see that the stains are gone, you can see that it's looking bright, you can see that it's getting dry even before we leave the site. Pam, very good for me. So it's very profitable if you get multiple jobs. For example, if you get 3 jobs in a week, or even 2 jobs in a week, and your guys are going there, you don't need to leave office, they're documenting the process, they're taking videos and all that. At the end of the month, you could be making average of 500K, sometimes even more. So I think it's profitable and easy to execute. The fact that it doesn't take time and your job can be justified, can look at it and say, oh, this is a good job. Then can I start part-time? Yes, you can start part-time. You can start part-time. The fact that it doesn't take all day is even very good for you. And you can also bargain, put the time when you have chance, talk to your client. So you can start part-time. Only that you should not treat it as a side also. Treat it as a business. As a business. There's so many other things around that. So how do I get my first 5 customers? For us, how we got our first 5 customers was through our laundry business. So people that have been patronizing us for laundry before, because they love how we carry out our own job, how we execute, they also reach out for us for cleaning service. So we're able to serve them. It was very easy because they've been patronizing us before. But for you, if you're not running laundry service before or any job connected to getting clients for upholstery, what I would say is to start putting it out there, do a design, also, or you could even partner with someone that's been doing it before, follow the person to site, pay some little amount, ask that you want to take videos of the process, document it, and run ads with it. Some people do that. I've done it for some people before. Follow us to site. Okay, I have 20K, I can pay 20K, let me do my recording, or even pay us to record videos for you and not put our logo. Record the video for you, put your own logo or put your content and all that, give it to you. Then you can start putting that out there. And we will not share or probably not share the video. So that content is for you. You paid for the content, we will not share it. So that's your content. We will not show our face. We just show the chairs and the activities going on. So that also works. That also works. Do I need a shop or office? You don't need an office. And that's the beautiful part of it. Don't Because nobody is coming to your office to check what is going on. You are going to their house to carry out your job. How do I price without chasing customers away? I've given you the price. You can start with something lower, but averagely for full set, the least I can do is 60,000. Except if the person is just nearby, because transport is a big deal. If the person is just nearby us, we can say, okay, we are not spending the whole 10K on transport or taking boat, because we don't use bike to go and do cleaning service. We use boat so that we can carry our vacuum cleaner carefully and manage our equipment till when we have company bus. So that's that. So I don't know. You can decide your own price based on what I've given you. So what mistakes should I avoid? I've given some ideas. I've shared some things on mistakes you should avoid. If you have other questions, you can drop in comment section. So the last part is so if you are starting today, here are the things I would advise. Learn the basics. Learn the basics. So I didn't mention that. I should have said these things. I didn't mention that I reached out to a friend, not that, or I reached out to someone else when I wanted to. I think after doing the first job, no, it was before I did the first job. I reached out to him that I wanted to learn upholstery cleaning, and he said I should bring 200K, that I doesn't do it less than 200K. No, it was both clean generally. So I said, okay, that can I pay 100K? He said 150 last. I think we shall agree something. And I paid him 50K, 40K, I think 50K. So I followed him to site once, and the way was what he was teaching me were I am the business owner. I need something more than just showing me how to clean the window. So I was pissed off that guy. Show me what you need to do. I don't have the time. I can get a job anytime. So that went that way. I paid the money I promised to pay, and we moved on. Then I had to source for help somewhere else. Then with YouTube videos and all that, I was able to gain my ground. So I would say that. So I paid for training. So you also pay for training. Pay for training. Then after that, I also paid 50K for another training, cleaning business, also training and all that. We are in a WhatsApp group. So that also helped. Questions I could not ask, I asked on the group and all that. I got answers to. So one thing paying for training gives you access to people, because along the way you still face some challenges. So you can always reach out to the person. But if you didn't pay, the person just, you guy, you're using me, you're making your money. Because any amount you pay, you surely make back. That's the truth. That's the truth. As long as the person is ready to hold you hand and guide you. And sometimes people get a job that, for example, if someone paid me for training and I got a job that I'm not interested in because the price is too low, and for my status, I can't take that kind of job, I could push it to you. And it could be a good job for you because it's just getting started, and perhaps it's even close to your location and all that. That's very good. So don't shy away from paying for training. I've paid for trainings. I've paid hundreds of thousands for trainings, even in this cleaning business. Then I should say that you start small and test the market. Start small. Start small. Like I told you, equipment, start small. Don't also wait for perfection. Don't wait when you're perfect. Yeah, I don't want to tell other stories. Then also, like I said, document your work. Do videos. Videos are very, very important. Process video, how I started, how I finished, compare. Take the picture of when you started or before you started, and take a picture of when you finish, how it's looking. Then put them on the design to really help. Then build trust before scaling. Make sure you build trust. Build trust with people. Get feedback from people. How was it? Then document the feedbacks also. So if you are thinking of starting upholstery cleaning, this business can work if only you treat it as a business, not side hustle. Not side hustle. I hope that this video has helped you. I think I rushed over the video, but let me know if you got value from the video. If you have comment also, please don't hesitate to drop your comment. I might do a second part of this where I probably bring out the equipment, but I could also attach or add equipment to this video. Mm. Yeah, thank you so much for staying through to the end. I would like to hear from you, and I would like to hear a success story, how you started and what you're doing after the video. Bless.